Budgets are one of the most important tools governments have to ensure their citizens have access to quality, affordable and adequate services. For that goal to be achieved, government decisions must be responsive to its citizens' needs and inclusive of all voices, especially in undeserved communities. However, to ensure budget decisions are truly open and done in fair processes, the government has to provide budget information that will support citizens to understand the decisions being made and the choices being made based on the ever-scarce resources. The County Budget Transparency Survey by the International Budget Partnership Kenya is an annual measure of the level of budget information that is accessible by all of Kenya's 47 counties. The survey is among the few surveys done worldwide to determine budget openness at the sub-national level.
Why do we do this work? We do this work because Kenyans work hard and deserve more from their governments. That Kenyans deserve what is right, not just what is left. That Kenyans are willing to build their country and their counties, and all they need is mechanisms, information, a listening ear, and feedback on how their input has been used. What will the difference make if we have governments that are closer to the people and governments that are making a difference?
My name is Mula Willis. I am a budget champion from a very small village called Buhalalire. There was a small dispensary which was built by a lot of money. It had been stalled for quite some time since devolution started. And it was just a structure, a building. It looks like a house, not a dispensary as per se, but a house. And so many of us were wondering what it is. And nobody knew what that building meant to that community. And we were suffering to get the services. We were walking kilometers to go to the next facility available to be able to get services. So now we took it upon ourselves now to start engaging the right holders, who are the ward administrators and the MCA at the local level. And in a small span of time, we were able to raise more than 50 memorandums sitting on that governor's table. And you know what that can mean to him, seeing everyday people coming. We needed only 500,000, not so much. After that engagement, we were actually able to launch that facility, and as I speak right now, people are getting services from that place.
An informed public is the best auditor of public funds.
The Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides the citizen the right of access to information held by the state. In the 47 counties in Kenya, there has been varied access to information with different approaches and initiatives to facilitate access to information for public engagement. While some counties have taken steps towards making information available and the information comprehensive, there is limited implementation of access to information provisions across the 47 counties.
Ordinary citizens, all of us included, are decision makers. Can you imagine this scenario? What would decisions look like without adequate, accurate, and timely information?
The County Budget Transparency Survey Cbts 2021 is an assessment of key budget documents required to be produced and published by counties in the 2020-2021 financial year. The survey assesses availability and comprehensiveness of the budget documents.
In 2021 County Budget Transparency Survey, we evaluated 10 key budget documents. There are budget documents that all counties are required by law to be able to provide, to publish and publicize to the public at various timelines that are also provided in the law. And one of the budget documents that we evaluated is County Budget Review Notebook paper. And all those budget documents that is being shown on your screen is for the financial year 2020-2021. And one of it is County Budget Review Notebook paper. We have Annual Development Plan. We have County Fiscal Strategy paper. We have Approved Program-Based Budget, Citizen Budget, and all the 4 quarterly implementation reports that also counties are required to publish at the end of every quarter. And so it's indicated as one, but they are all the 4. And also we have Finance Act.
In the County Budget Transparency Survey Cbts 2021, Nyeri County was ranked as most open county in its budgeting process.
The people of Kenya must be able to interrogate what you are doing with the money they pay as taxes. So we have endeavored, the county government of Nyeri, to ensure that the processes are people-driven.
Further, although all counties have official websites, few counties use these platforms to consistently share budget documents with their citizens. Therefore, the County Budget Transparency Survey captures innovative initiatives by individual counties in sharing budget information and providing feedback on their engagement with citizens.
The government, the county government, we want to please our customers. And if we feel that this media or this medium is not going to reach our people, we're not going to bother much with it. Because I know in Lamu now, very, very few people buy newspapers. And even in the old days when they used to buy, they would buy yesterday's newspaper, and it's only a few teachers who could afford to have it. So I would not bother to look for headlines. I would have to go to the villages and talk to people one-on-one, and then the message would come across, and I also will learn from them what the priorities are.
Public participation, feedback is important, as you've seen. It's one thing to hold public participation, is another thing to show what impact it's having on the decisions we are making in the budgets.
Your concern about the feedback is key. We need to come up with a very structured feedback loop, which does not only start from priorities, but there is a monitoring system that the public can be allowed to utilize so that they may put us on our toes.
And for Kenya to reach the SDGs must be reached in every county, in every sub-county, in every ward, in every village. Otherwise, Kenya will not be able to reach that.
Public services, when they are improved, when they are better, that is where our hope is.
It is important for all stakeholders, including counties, civil society organizations, citizens, the media, and other non-state actors, to understand the processes, actors, and key decisions made throughout the budget cycle to ensure timely access to information and strategic interventions for meaningful citizen engagement.
The IBP has found that when ordinary people are empowered with the information, skills, and opportunities to participate in the budget processes, it actually leads to an improved quality of life for children and other vulnerable groups.
Counties are very responsive to this survey. That's a good thing. When we share the results, the number of documents that were online went up by 78%. That is huge. And it shows that counties are actually more open. And for us, it's very encouraging in doing this survey to see that kind of a response.
Clear delineation of roles for the executive or assembly will help in defining the process of participation and anchor responsibility and accountability for delivery of functions by a specific office.
When the devolution reality became in 2010, later on, IBP Kenya was just starting its work, and we decided we wanted to spend more energy and time helping to build the work of devolution. Transparency is one of those things that we are spending quite a bit of energy and time on. It is important because it matters for the advancement of the rights of Kenyans. It matters for the dreams of the children in this country to be able to achieve their desires. It matters for the youth. It matters for the women. It matters for the persons with a disability.
The people of Kenya wanted to speak about good governance. They wanted to speak about integrity. They wanted to talk about transparency and accountability. And transparency is not what you say, it is what you do.
Through devolution in Kenya, we believe that the counties are actually best placed to deliver many of the essential services for children and for, of course, the other citizens. And hence, it is key that county governments make best use of the funds that they have, so that the funds provide what is needed for the people, use the funds to reduce poverty, use the funds to reach the poorest, the most disadvantaged, including children.
Despite the milestones achieved by counties, there are some key challenges that continue to hinder effective accountability by county governments by being more open on their budgets. This includes, on one hand, counties are responsive to the survey shown by the improvement in average scores, but on the other hand, it is clear that counties produce budget documents but do not make them available to the public. Over the years, the County Budget Transparency Survey has revealed inconsistencies in how counties make budget documents publicly available. Whereas there was an improvement in the level of information on public participation across the budget documents, it remains weak. In particular, just like in Cbts 2020, no approved program-based budget provided information on public participation in Cbts 2021. Counties are yet to structure forums in a way that they can meaningfully engage the citizens.
One of the biggest challenges has been accessing the budget information on time. Another challenge is the public participation feedback. One of the other challenges is our ability to be able to track the government expenditure, because for us the key feature is public service delivery.
And what we found is that there are inconsistencies in counties making these budget documents publicly available. For example, for instance, counties are stopping or backsliding, failing to publish budget documents that they had previously published in previous surveys. Or another worrying trend that we have noted is information on public participation. So information on public participation remains a challenge across all the counties.
CSOs can also use various tools including public expenditure tracking surveys, PETs, and social audits to monitor and evaluate project implementation and service delivery performance.
Let us not tire, let us continue as citizens, let us continue as government to engage constructively together, because all of us are working towards the betterment of our counties.
To further support the level of information in budget documents, there is need for clear guidance on the structure of the budget documents and more platforms to promote peer learning on good practices across Kenya's counties. The Cbts work provides such a platform.
We can now start focusing on the quality of services, on greater clarity of who is doing what, and greater accessibility of the services.
Enhancing participation will require sustained efforts by government and civil society to establish structured processes that are open, responsive, and inclusive. Effective public participation will therefore require significant improvement in the level of information that will support planning, equitable allocation of resources for basic services, and monitoring the progress of those services. What can counties do to facilitate fairer decision-making processes in their budgets? Counties should publish the budget documents that they already produce in a timely manner. Support peer learning across counties because there are good practices and examples that can build some social pressure for improvements. Need for more national government support in providing document structure and guides. This is mostly on budget implementation documents that also happens to be the worst performing set of documents. Counties have to find ways to show the input and impact of public input on their budgeting decisions.